want to get us started?
Good morning. This is Kaliska with Oregon Public Purchasing. My question is around elections.
Yeah.
We're about to go through an election cycle, and I would love to use this if possible. But my question around elections is, I've done the election buttons before and then the section, but
Okay.
like I would like to say, like, say Michael, like if you were running for something, right? Like, say, Michael Fisher, here's his bio and here's why he's interested, or something like that. Is that something that I can add in there so that folks voting could actually see that kind of stuff instead of just like Michael Fisher for secretary kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I'm just going to go through it on your site, though we don't actually have to create. So I'm going to say this is a mock election.
Okay.
We're going to configure it as an election.
Yep.
Right. I'm just going to give it a category. We'll call it election. Survey button text. So we'll say, I'm going to just save it. Oops, end date. We need an end date. Okay, so when we go and start to set it up now in the questions, this is where we can actually, come on. It just got really slow.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, so we're going to add a question, but the question type, or the question answer type, is going to be heading instruction text. And so we'll say
Okay.
candidate, oh dear, candidate 1. So we'll say candidate 1 is blah, blah, blah. Their qualifications are blah, blah, blah. Save it.
Okay.
I got the error because I clicked that I wanted to create the question too many times.
Oh.
So I was impatient. 1 is qualifications are. Darn it. I wonder if I messed this up now. Being impatient. But basically, so yeah, you're going to set up the question, or you're going to set up using the question type of a heading instruction text for each one. And that basically allows you just to enter text.
Okay.
And then the next thing following that might be, and you might have multiple ones. Maybe you have, multiple candidates. And then after that is where you would actually ask them to vote. Or because you can set this up for multiple pages, you can have one page that's nothing but candidate bios. And then the next page would be where you actually vote for the candidates, where you select your preferred candidate.
Okay.
Because you can add multiple pages to a survey.
Okay.
That way it breaks it up. That way you're not scrolling down a long thing, especially on a mobile device. Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling can be a pain.
Yeah.
So having multiple pages makes it easier.
Perfect. That's what I needed. Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Does anyone else have a question? If you have a question, raise your hand. Any questions?
Hi, it's Jenny. I actually have a question for Kaliska to follow up on what she just asked about. Do you guys normally send another email like, hey, it's time to vote, and these are the candidates and who they are?
The system doesn't do it. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I would send an email. I would, like, once the survey is completed, we do that with all the surveys that we do. I'll create the survey, or in this case, an election, and then I will create an email to the membership, and then I will attach the survey as a link.
Okay.
And a lot of times the folks have to log in. if they want to vote, because I don't want non-members voting, so we make it so they have to log in.
Correct. Yeah, thanks for that. I just wanted to kind of share that because I just recently joined the airport purchasing group, and we just did an election, and there's a sample email that I thought they did a great job doing. So I'd be more than happy to forward that to you, see if you want a sample of it as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Doug, you have your hand up?
Hey, good morning. Thanks, Michael. This is Doug from New York. You were assisting me trying to get a non-member roster uploaded. Is there a maximum number that can be in that? Because I'm still having issues trying to get that whole database uploaded.
Did you remove that question or that member that I
I
emailed
did,
you about this morning?
Yeah, I did. And I was able to get the first 100 uploaded, but it just, I'm trying different, 300, 500, and I just can't get them to load.
Yeah, there should not be, but I can't say that maybe it's not timing out. We've loaded large ones using that process. So just send me the file, and I'll upload it. I'll get it done this afternoon.
All right, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't go line by line, but maybe there's something else weird in there. So
yeah, that's I wouldn't be surprised. There's there's always something that unless the data is like super clean, it usually is not successful. It's just too finicky to do that process.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for the help.
Sure.
Bye.
Honey, you have your hand up?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Michael, for the emails back and forth.
Sure.
I know I'm annoying.
No.
And,
Happy to do it.
And I send you this in email, but we need to launch our website without payment method for now. Is that possible?
Absolutely. Yep. That is not a problem at all. Yeah.
Okay, and just a question regarding the membership. I need to be able to change the membership cycle for now. I just want to extend it for one more year because, as you know, we didn't launch yet. So I don't want to bother the members for, expiration date for membership and all this. Yes, this is that we're talking about. So I just want to keep it as active member, all of them for now. Should I go one by one, or I can do?
No, shoot me an email and say, hey, can you advance everybody's expiration dates by one more year? And then I can do it in bulk in the back end.
Okay, and regarding the questionnaire, I sent you the revised one. We need to add the 2 people you mentioned in your email as a member because they are no longer part of our chapter board member. And how long will we need to launch this from this point?
Well, we could launch it when, if you're ready, send me that email to change their expiration dates, and then we can launch it this afternoon.
No. I mean, is that fast? I mean, we can do anytime. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you have everything in place. I mean, you've got your domain now, you've got your SSL certificate, you've got your welcome email set up.
Yes, that's what my last question, I promise. What's the welcome email looks like?
Oh, you're going to find it. Go to Control Panel, Communications, and then go down to System Emails.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all the way down at the bottom. It's the very last one. It's a welcome email, bulk loaded members.
And I can see the email how it looks like. I can add it. I can.
Yeah, I would encourage you to edit it. I didn't realize you hadn't edited it. I guess I just made the assumption you had edited it. But yeah, definitely edit it because it's somewhat generic the way it is. So you're going to want to make it say what you want it to say.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, don't edit the codes, right? Inside.
Right, yeah. If we take a look at it real quick, there built into it are these tags. And the tags are going to be automatically replaced by the system. Wow, is this taking a long time? Okay, so these are tags that are automatically going to be replaced by the system. And the login name and password, it will be generated, so you don't have to worry about those. But these down here are important, like the membership director tag and the president tag. Now, I did assign your president based on what the questionnaire said, but like I'd mentioned in the email, you didn't have a membership director identified. So there's no membership director information that would be replaced in these tags.
Oh yeah. So I need a membership director. Okay.
Or you can just delete the tags and put in somebody's name and maybe an email address for them.
Okay. So what was the email? I believe I read somewhere there is a generated email will be generated for us as a board member by you guys.
An email?
Yes. Or that was by the domain. Maybe I'm not clear in my question. There is an email address. We don't need an. I mean, we need an email address to communicate with the members. Is that something an option in here?
Yeah, we need to set that up under communications. Then you're going to go down to email accounts. This is where you're going to set up your email addresses that are going to go get forwarded to your whoever holds that position. For example, you set up president at nigpny.org, and who is that going to forward to? So who's that email address going to go to?
Oh, so the member will not see this email address forward to it. Will see a president at nigpnyc.org, correct? He's not going to see our personal email.
Correct. Okay. That's the way you want it. Yeah.
Okay. And can you go me? You said control panel email account administrative. Okay.
Yeah, it's under communications and then email accounts.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Lisa, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I have 3 questions that just came up to my head, but the first one I think is the most important for me. We, about 4 or 5 years ago, scanned all of our documents and saved them on a Google Drive. And now I want to put them all in our, on here. Is there any easy way just to move them from Google to our website?
No, not easy. You're going to go to the website tab. You're going to go to the document library, and you're going to create the folder for them.
We have, okay.
Okay, excellent. And then when you go into the folder, so I'm just going to call this one test.
Okay.
When you go into the folder,
and
you're going to say add multiple documents.
Right.
And then you're just going to select, a bunch of documents. I really encourage you not to select more than maybe 50 or 75 at a time.
Okay.
Because the system will time out before the last document's uploaded and you'll have to start all over again.
Right. So basically I've got to download from the Google to my hard drive and then upload it again to here.
Yeah, if you have a Google Drive mapped, then you can certainly, access it just like any other drive.
Yeah. Damn, it's not. All righty.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, how do we create a link on our site to a picture? So if they click on a picture, it's a hyperlink to somewhere else.
When you're building, like if you're doing it in a custom page, for example, and it'll work the same whether it's a custom page or an email. I really like this for emails personally.
Right.
But like, let's say I'm going to pick on job opportunities because it doesn't look like we've edited that. So in this document, let's go, I'm going to create a new row just so that we have something to work with.
So, okay, would I create text or an image though?
No, you're going to create it's going to be text. So basically we're going to say link here, right? And then I'm going to insert link.
Maybe.
Wow, is this slow? This is okay. And let's say we're going to link to a document or something. I don't know. I didn't upload any documents. That's right. So let's say I'm going to link to a custom page.
Right. Okay.
And I'm going to use an image as the link display type, and then I'm going to select the image. And let's say we'll just say No, I'll
Right.
just grab that one. What the heck? Okay, and then if I save it, now if I go back to that page and I look at it through my previewer, oh, job opportunities. So I'm going to preview it, go down to this link, click on it, and it takes me to the custom page.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Now I'll tell you, this is kind of like, and I'll cover this in the tips and techniques too at the forum, but when you're creating emailings, if you put a button in an email and you set it up as a button, like Gmail doesn't reproduce buttons. It just appears as like a box, a colored box. And it's not attractive and it's frustrating. So what I do is I make a image of a button and then I do the insert link and I use the link type of an image and I select the button image. And then it always reproduces the same regardless of the email platform.
Okay. Cool, thank you. And then
Sure.
my final question is on our main page, homepage, the banner, is there any way to shrink it, like make it shorter so we can see more of what's below it?
There is, if you can shoot me an email and ask me, because it's not something you can do. It's something I have to do in the custom CSS.
All righty, will do. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. You're welcome.
Anyone else have any questions? I don't see any hands up. I would take this time to mention, as you all know, Michael will be at Forum and he's doing some in-person training sessions. If you did register for any of the sessions plus a lunch during the Lunch and Learn on Sunday, I will be sending reminder emails to you all just to let you know what sessions you have signed up for. I'll probably do that next week. If you are not attending either virtually or if you are attending virtually or not attending Forum, we are in 2 weeks' time in the place of our current office hours that we are doing. Michael's going to represent the tips and tricks session that he is presenting on Sunday. So make sure if you'd like to not miss that to join us for office hours. And that will be 2 weeks from today, and that will be at the 10 a.m. Eastern time slot. So just to let you know. Okay, Stacy, you have your hand up.
There we go. So Stacy from Washington State, NIGP. We were looking at, can we set temporary memberships for like a couple months? Like maybe we have somebody that comes in, let's say we've had some people from like HR want to be members, but we thought we could have them because they were looking for somebody.
Yeah.
To post jobs. So
okay.
We wanted to give them membership, but maybe only for a short term.
Sure.
Or like if somebody was transitioning jobs.
Yeah. So what you do is you go in, you're going to click add member type. So it's under control panel and then member types, and you're going to add a member type. And then the member type is going to be trial. New members only. And you can set the duration. By default is 12 months, but maybe you only want to set it for 3 months.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep,
and then
you're very welcome.
While I've got you, I have one other question, especially since you're up there. Can you go into membership?
Membership?
Control panel. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then people manager.
Okay.
So I have one person that I actually work with her. She's my person. And her name is Gladys Diaz. And I combined, she had 2 memberships. I combined it, but it's still not working because like she's our primary.
Yeah.
And when I go to, if I click her links or I'll go to my page where it says my membership and it has her name, it's not blue, so I can click on it.
So if you go into your own membership,
you
have 2 memberships too.
What? No wonder. Oh, yes, I do. I remember because somebody
Okay,
else.
so you have so here's where you're the secondary member, right? And what
Yes.
process are you going through?
So when I went to my profile, I couldn't see her name linked. Oh, and
Right
now it
here?
is.
I'm wondering though, if you go through your
Oh,
profile by going up here and say profile,
yeah.
I wonder if that might not be linked.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's
this
funny.
might be something for admins only, so you have to go through People Manager to get to it.
Okay. That makes sense. So, okay, that answers my question. Thank
You're
you,
good.
Michael. I appreciate your time.
Yep, you're welcome.
So Michael, I don't see any hands raised, but I am actually I had a question from someone who's not in the call at the moment, but I felt it was a question that would be useful for others that were part of the call. So the question is, if you are setting up an event and you are offering sponsorships for suppliers, and within that sponsorship package, additional registrations are included, how would you set that up?
That was really, really tricky because we don't have logic built into our system that allows you to say, if you select this registrant type, you get this many number of registrations included. So it kind of almost has to be handled. The way I would do it is because a lot of these, and I'm not going to say all of them, but in a lot of cases, an admin is usually entering the information for the vendor or for the sponsor. And in that case, they can create a member or a registrant type that is admins only. And that registrant type can be the additional people that are added for no cost. So, if they select like a silver sponsorship and they get 2 or 3, additional people who can attend, then the admin, when they're entering that information, can say, well, I'm also going to add these 3 additional people for no cost because it's admin only.
So
But
can I ask, I'm wondering, because what I had said, and maybe this is wrong, so I'm glad I'm asking this, is that you can create questions so that when they register, you're asking them, creating questions to say, as part of your package, you get 2 free registrations, list the name and email address or whatever information you want as part of that registration. And you can do it that way. I mean, it doesn't register them, but at least you have that information. Just
exactly. That would be perfectly fine too. If you're comfortable knowing that they're not actually registered, that they're, I guess, registered in sense, but not in the system. That if you're okay with that, then that works.
Or you're at least getting that information so that the admin can then go in and register them, right?
Yeah, I think
They're
that's the
still having
important part. Yeah.
They still have to create that special registrant type, right? So
Yep.
it doesn't include as part of the cost or doesn't get charged, right? It's that zero
Correct.
value. But
Right. Yeah.
okay. Because I think I have had that question a few times, and I think it's an important thing for people to know about. So,
And when you get into like setting up event registrations, you can set up like major registrant types that, like, let's say a registrant type is now called a silver sponsor. It's not called, a non-member of your NIGP chapter. It's called a silver sponsor. And then based on that, you can have different, if you're setting it up as a multi-activity event, you can have different activities that are only available to that sponsor. In fact, that would be another way you could do it. It adds a little bit of complexity, but it does get you to allow you to register your own people, additional people. So if let's say it's a silver sponsor, you're going to create an item under the activities and items module. You're going to create an item that is called, silver sponsor additional people. And then you can set a minimum and maximum that that person can bring with them. And you can say, okay, well, we're going to allow 3 people or 3 slots, 3 seats to come with them, so that at least you have a count of something. But your way certainly works. It's a lot more simple, and you're getting the information that you need, but you can also do it by making a more complex version so that they can sign themselves up too.
And so just to clarify, so the sponsorship package in itself would be an activity, whereas the additional people that they're adding to their, as part of their sponsorship package would be an item?
Correct. But then the registrant type would also be the sponsorship package. So instead of sponsoring a person, or instead of selecting a human or as a registrant type, you're selecting a package as a registrant type. And then the activities and items, the items are configured so that they're only available for specific registrant types, which are the sponsorship package. So if it's a gold package, they get these items. If it's a silver package, they get these items. If it's a bronze package, they get these items.
Wow, complicated. Okay.
Yeah, it does get very complicated, but it makes it easier for the admins if they're allowing the organization to select their own sponsorships and register themselves. It's more complex to set up and set it up correctly.
Of course, of course. Okay, that answered my question. Is there anyone who has a question to ask Michael? By chance, I don't see any hands raised. Stacy,
Ronnie?
you've got it.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry, Stacy, I see your hand is up.
Actually, I see that Ginny is got her hand raised, so I'm gonna lob it off to her and let her do
No,
it.
you go ask. My question is more about forums, so go ahead, Stacy.
Okay, so my question is, how do we add the YouTube? And you're on our page, perfect.
Mhm.
How do we add the YouTube icon? We found other icons, but we couldn't find the YouTube icon because we were wanting
You mean
to put
up
some of
here?
our training. Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to control panel, there we go. Communications, social networking, and you add a social network and select YouTube, and then put in the URL of your YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Yay, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. There's other ones in there too. So there's Instagram, Strava, which is more for like running clubs, I think, and biking clubs. Flickr, I don't know if Flickr's even around anymore.
They got flicked.
Yeah.
Okay, Ginny, you had a
Yeah.
question? Yeah.
So I just want to make sure, Michael, I do have a 20-minute appointment with you at during the expo time, I think, at Forum.
Yeah.
Cool.
Since it's only 20 minutes,
Yeah.
how can we maximize? I mean, is that like our maximum we can sign up, first of all? But with the 20 minutes, how do we maximize that time with you? What's your expectation?
The best way is to come ready with your questions, because basically it's just going to be you and me in the meeting room, and I'll have my laptop. If you have your laptop and you've got it open to, whatever you have the questions about, then it's going to be a very similar format to this. You're just going to drive the questions, and I'll provide hopefully an answer. But and I kind of mentioned this to Ronnie, and I certainly don't want to be there all night, but chances are pretty good that I'll be in the restaurant or the bar area the evening of Saturday also. So I'll just be down there with my laptop, and I'll have some food or whatever. So if you guys want to come on down and ask questions there too, it's totally available. It certainly isn't anything formal and certainly wouldn't be official, but whatever. I'm there. Why not take advantage of it?
Such a nice guy, Michael. My goodness.
Yes.
So Ginny,
Yeah.
you are welcome to bring. So this is really, it's not just one-on-one. It's kind of like chapter, like if you want to bring other people from your chapter as part of that.
Okay.
The reason it's 20 minutes is to give the opportunity, they're full, is to give the opportunity as many chapters as we could, right? So it was like 20 minutes based on the time frame, so that as many people could take advantage of that one-on-one as possible. So that's kind of why it's just 20 minutes, but
okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Sure. Anyone else have a question? Anything they'd like to ask? Well, I guess then I don't have anything else that I wanted to address. Michael will be at Forum to answer questions, as he said. Ooh, I see Sean has her hand up. Okay, Sean.
Yeah, Susie's on this call too, and we're with the Columbia chapter. That's like Oregon, Northern Oregon, Southwest Washington. And I just wanted to know if you had a time just for 5 minutes to get an update on where we are with our site. I have not been able to look at anything with my work.
I think your
So,
chapter is ready to go. We're just waiting for,
okay.
do you have members? I'm not even sure if you have members yet. Let me
I
just double check.
think, Michael, what it is for them is the domain from Watermelon, isn't it, Sean, that we're
Yeah,
still figuring
Watermelon.
out? Yeah, I think we're still
Yeah.
trying to figure out how we can transfer your domain, right?
Okay.
So, and that's, I think, is out of our hands. We're
Yeah.
waiting for Watermelon to give us directions or something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
get
I'm
with
glad you
Susie.
remembered that. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Just keep, because I know that you guys have been anxious to get that launched, right? But I think that's where
Yes.
we are at this point. So.
You know what you could do, and I don't know if this fits into any budget or anything like that, but you could get an additional domain set up just so that you could get launched and get everything taken care of. And then when your primary domain is, available to you, then we can add that as well, because you can have more than one domain.
Okay.
Like Squarespace, I think it's like $12 or $15 a year to have a domain. So, I don't know if that would fit or, into your cost structure or not, but it's something to consider.
Okay. We'll consider it.
Yeah, because
on our board.
as Michael's saying, you can purchase a whole new domain, so you're not even dependent upon Watermelon, for instance. But what we don't know is if, how your members, how ingrained is your current domain, right? And whether you want to keep that, and that's really the issue. But you can certainly purchase a whole new domain, and then you don't need Watermelon at all. So
yeah.
Okay.
Or you could just, use that in the interim until Watermelon finishes whatever they need to do, until they come through.
Yeah. Thank you.
What a pain.
Yeah, I called them and I don't know, they've never called me back, and I keep sending emails and
And I have never heard of Watermelon. I did not know there was a company that hosted domains that was called Watermelon. So they may be a very, very small company.
Provider, right? It's a website provider and must be host as well. So
yeah.
They're probably actually reselling somebody else's, I would guess, if they're that small.
Yes, I think so. And they really wanted our business, and I think we when I talked to one of them at one of our local events at Awami, this local entrepreneurs like organization, they were kind of grumpy with me, to be honest. They're like, well, why are you leaving us? And we're like, no, we're just trying to align with the rest of the NIGP chapters. We're not leaving you because we don't like you. It's just we're moving over here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they're not letting you go quite so easy.
No.
But hopefully they will. Hopefully. So just let us know, though, if you're able, what it is that you decide to do, whether you decide to purchase a temporary domain or you hear back from Watermelon, so that you're able to get this launched, right? So
yeah, and I should get on it more and really try to figure it out. I got frustrated, to be honest.
Sure.
Understandable.
Yep.
All right.
Would too.
Well, I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. For those of you that will be in person forum, I look forward to seeing you there. And if not, if you will not be there, we will see you on Tuesday, the 27th for office hours at 10 a.m. Special tips and tricks session with Michael. And everyone have a great day.
Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Safe travels. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.